There. All right, now we're ready to put the 𝒓𝒈𝒆𝒕s on. All right, the first thing that goes on is the band. You see there? It's perfect. And we'll pin that. And now this here is our top. Rather than try to figure out where it goes, you just lay your template on there, get a piece of chalk, hold this down like this, and just trace it. Like that. All right, so now I'm going to sew this. I'm gonna do a real narrow satin stitch in this same green, and then I'm going to do a satin stitch around the band in black. And then after we've done that, then we'll just put this on like this, and we'll sew around it with gold thread. All right, back to the sewing machine. We're gonna sew this first, and it will have the dual purpose of not only showing that this is the top and this is the front, but also it helps quilt everything together so that when you put your pot holder in the wash, the batting won't scrunch up inside. And since this is the brim of the hat, I'm gonna do a little wider stitch. And I put it on the buttonhole setting, so it does a really nice tight one. My thread matches so perfectly, but you can see that there. Now I do have this little tiny hole here, so I'm just going to use the green thread and the zigzag stitch and just stitch along there, and it will fix that problem. Cutting off all my threads first. All right, now we're just going to do a narrow satin stitch. There's a slit in there I didn't see. I'm going to sew that too. No one will ever notice. All the way around the band. Oh, that'll be underneath the, I don't have to because that will be underneath the shamrock, so that's fine. I find with the sewing foot that I'm using, if I keep the edge of the fabric right on in this slit here, that the zigzag stitch will cover the edge very nice. You don't have to worry about whether you're catching it in or not. You need to find that sweet spot on your own machine, your own foot. Okay. So there's the band sewn on. Now I've got my shamrock, and I'm going to make sure it covers this little hole here. Position it where you like, pin it. And I'm going to have to change our thread to gold. And this is an easy thing to change your thread if you have one of these. This is an aerofill thread box. I bought it years ago. Like probably 10 or 13 now, I think. And I have used it ever since. There's small ones on one side and the big ones on the other. And once I run out of one color and I have an extra space, I just put something else in there. It really gives you a lot of options. It's wonderful. Of course, being me, I buy a lot of specialty threads, and I keep them in this wonderful little thread tub. I don't know if you probably can't see, but this is variegating. It goes from yellow through light brown, so that will just match all the little variations here. Alright, so now I'm just going to do a narrow satin stitch around that. And I go slow because this is quite thick now. Okay, I just want to show you here, I started this and you can see that this edge stitching is much thinner than this. I widened it out when I got around here, so I'm going to go over this thin edge again until so it'll match the rest of the shamrock. And you'll see on the back here that it went right across the turning slit, so that will hold that closed and won't ever come open either. Your shamrock pot holder is done.